power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
Hey everyone, Rosemarie Havsom back again to help you take full control of your life by what you choose to put at the end of your fork. So let's get into it. The Food and Drug Administration is a federal body in the United States that's supposed to be making sure that our food and our drugs and any other medical devices are safe for humans and animals. Keep in mind that the Food and Drug Administration also sets safety standards for things like tobacco products. I'm just letting you know. So it comes as no surprise that the Food and Drug Administration has been calling certain foods and components as safe for human consumption. But take a look at this clip and then we'll talk about it.
What does the phrase healthy food mean? Today on Hot Medical Topics, we're going to talk about the FDA just changed the meaning. A paper was published on September 29, 2022 entitled FDA's Rotten Definition of Healthy Food is Finally Getting Tossed. A possible revision of what they used to consider food healthy enough for certain kinds of packaging. But here go the part. The FDA could still change their mind. Whatever is healthy, they saying that it is healthy, but then again they may change their mind and they may decide that it ain't healthy. Now, do you understand the definition of healthy food? Of course not. You're probably even more confused now than you were before. Work with your doctor, but also understand your doctor didn't take a dietitian course. They probably wouldn't be able to pass the Eat Healthy quiz themselves. The registered dietitian can only see so many people at a time. A lot of responsibility is going to fall on you, and the thing that you need to know, if you change the way that you eat, you can make your kids' healthier. That's deep, ain't it?
Mountain Dew? Now, I know a few bikers who love Mountain Dew, but Mountain Dew doesn't love you.
Let's see how much sugar is in a bottle of Mountain Dew. 77 grams of sugar. Let's measure that. So that's either 17 and a half teaspoons or 22 cubes of sugar in this drink.
And Mountain Dew is just one of the many beverages that the Food and Drug Administration has said is safe, but they're using ingredients that are so bad for you that these products are banned in other countries. Now, in Europe, there are different versions of some of the most popular fast foods and ultra processed foods in the United States that are using all kinds of chemicals and additives and so-called natural flavors, which are being quotation marks because nobody knows what kind of flavors those are. The problem is that a lot of people are not reading the ingredients. They're not reading the ingredients list, and they're not looking at the nutrition facts either. And if you look at a product that's supposed to be for food and human consumption, either for you or for your animals, your pets, if you can't pronounce the ingredients, then it's a pretty good sign that it's not natural ingredients that are going into that product. We need to do better about taking full control of our life. We take it for granted until something bad happens.
Right now, this has 170 calories in just one can. Now imagine if you drank 2 or 3 cans of this. 46 grams of carbs. 46 grams of carbs, and all of it is sugar. Read nutrition labels.
But I'm here to say, why not take proactive action and make sure that what you're eating and what you're drinking is actually doing your body good? If you're putting these products into your body, it's not only messing up your gut biome and giving you issues like diarrhea, constipation, dysbiosis, or leaky gut, then we have a problem. Because not only is the problem in your gut, but it's going throughout your entire body, because remember, blood goes everywhere in your body. And so whatever nutrients or lack thereof or chemicals that are flowing throughout your body are going into your brain and causing disruption. We have an absolute skyrocketing level of people who are suffering from anxiety and depression. And a lot of it has to come from genetically modified foods, foods that are not good for you, and additives that have been put into the foods that are affecting your brain and your neurotransmitters and how those work. And food companies know this. But what's even worse than that is that a lot of the food companies also used to be tobacco companies. So they know how to market so that your children and you and me will want to eat these things that are not good for us. The Food and Drug Administration, they're passing these products, these components that are not safe for human consumption, but they're saying that they're okay. In the United States, even though some of these products are FDA approved, they cannot export these products with the same formulation to other countries, especially in Europe. Europe will not accept so many of the components that have been added to fast foods and ultra processed foods in their supply. So that tells you something. But the bottom line is this: you have to be your own advocate. The Food and Drug Administration is a federal body of the United States government. Do you think the government cares if you're healthy or sick? Do you really think that they care if you have to be on all kinds of medication for the rest of your life for preventable chronic illnesses like high blood pressure or type 2 diabetes or high cholesterol, and even for weight loss medications? These are lifelong medications. You get off them and then things start to go left very quickly. Now, some people say that we're just using these medications to help us along in our health journey. That may be the case, but a lot of times your body gets used to the medications and then it cannot function without those medications that are addressing a particular condition, especially if it is a preventable chronic illness. Now, our health is wealth, and African Americans don't seem to be taking that motto seriously enough. We're seeing poor lifestyle choices all over the internet, all over social media. The FDA approving foods that are harmful to human consumption shouldn't be a surprise in this day and age. But we need to be more proactive about what we're doing, especially because when it comes to life and health statistics, African Americans are still are at the bottom of the list when it comes to how well we're doing with our health and wellness, especially in the area of overweight and obesity, where 2 out of every 4 African American women are considered overweight and obese. And the rate of obesity in African American men is climbing up as well. We're also seeing children and youth have obesity and overweight at younger and younger ages. And it's all related to food. And a lot of the food and the other products are FDA approved. That should tell you something about how much your US government does not care about you, doesn't care about your children and your health and well-being. So what can you do? Well, first thing you can do is so easy. It is to eat real food, avoid ultra processed foods, and eat foods that only have 5 or less ingredients. If there are ingredients on there that you cannot pronounce, then that means that you should not be eating it. Now, what is the fallout from preventable chronic illnesses? When you're looking at something especially like type 2 diabetes, in men, one of the leading causes is lack of circulation to blood flow. And that's affected by 2 things. Well, actually, it's affected by 3 things. And that is high blood pressure, because as soon as you affect the blood pressure of your arteries, your veins and capillaries, it's going to affect how well or how poorly your blood circulates throughout your body. And that includes the pelvic region, which is really important for men and their testosterone levels and their sexual performance. Big issue when it comes to intimacy with partners. With type 2 diabetes, is we have, again, poor blood circulation, poor blood flow, to the point where we can have situations where extremities are not receiving the blood flow that they need, leading to tingling, neuropathy, and eventually numbness, where there's a high incidence of damage to the skin and the tissues, leading to amputation. Now, for men, if you have obesity, high blood pressure, or type 2 diabetes, you're going to have a very serious negative effect on your ability to perform when it comes to sexual health. So we don't want to have that. One of the things you can do is avoid type 2 diabetes. The precursor to type 2 diabetes is insulin resistance. This product here, GlucoBlock, is amazing to help you regulate the amount of glucose that's going through your blood, but also helps the pancreas to be able to metabolize the glucose. So it's relieving that overabundance of glucose in the blood that then has nowhere to go and leads the body to become resistant to insulin, the hormone that's needed to metabolize glucose. It then gets stored in the liver, causing a fatty liver and all of the fallout that comes from that. GlucoBlock will help regulate the amount of glucose that is going into your bloodstream and lowering the incidence of insulin resistance. This is one of the best supplements that I've come across with whole food ingredients, and it also uses technology to improve the ability of the absorption in your body. If you want to know more about this, then check that out on my YouTube channel. There's a link there to find out how you can get a hold of your supply of GlucoBlock, and also how you can get your supply of general wellness as well. We need to take full control of our lives by being our own advocates, doing our research, and not relying on US bodies like the Food and Drug Administration that is there to make money and not to make people healthy. If you have any questions or comments, please comment them down below. Let's continue the conversation there. And also remember to like, share, subscribe to this channel. And remember that I have a YouTube channel. Once again, it's Havsom. It's spelled H-A-V for Victor, S-O-M for mother. We'll see you next time. Stay safe. Bye-bye.